Hi, Rick Crossland with A Player Advantage here. We're going to talk about today as a topic that I'm sure is on your radar because it's on the radar of every top CEO and business leader out there. And that's how to recruit, effectively onboard, and make results-producing employees out of the millennial generation. Well, before we dive in, let's just take a quick step back to understand, really how the millennials came into being, what their mindsets are, and really how we can leverage that to our advantage as we bring them onto the workforce. So the millennials are the current generation that's entering the workforce. The reason this is so important for you, it's by far and away your largest cohort from recruiting. They're the youngest, they're going to be with us the longest, and are also currently the largest pool of talent. So it's important we get good at millennial recruiting and onboarding. The millennial, a lot of times they're kind of panned for being a little bit soft, a little bit selfish. Well, you need to understand what's behind that. They were the offspring of both the baby boomer as well as the Gen X generation, which happens to be my generation. We had it pretty good, so what did we do? We really bestowed a lot upon our children, a lot of focus, a lot of attention, which is a little bit the reason they, kind of feel the world revolves around them to a little bit because they had so much attention. So really, once you understand that and the grades that they've gotten, if they did well in high school or college, was because they've always had attention. So their natural reaction was to think, well, it's all about me. Likewise, their first maybe summer jobs, their first internships, it was all about what they were going to get out of it. And their first salary jobs, money to pay and get them out of debt. So very much a me-centered organization. Again, I'm not going to blame them because to a degree, that's the way society and we raised them as parents. Okay, now here's what to do about it. You need to take that me inward focus, and we need to define for millennials that this will be the first time, and this is a really important point, that all that inward look needs to be givers gain. And the more they give, the more results they produce for the business, the more they're going to get out of this. Because you have to remember, the millennials used to kind of instant gratification. All the technology, everything is instant these days. That's what they grew up with. Now in business, we're talking about longer, more sustainable results. You often hear millennials, within a couple months of being on the job, they want to be vice presidents, they want the corner office. No one, and certainly the schools aren't doing this, they're not teaching them anything differently. So it's really up to us as business leaders to really coach them and shepherd them and show them how the world works. There's plenty of goodness for the millennial, but they need to produce results and kind of pay their dues so they can also partake in this. So that's part one, is positioning that now this is an inward givers gain culture. Step two is you need a lot more definition in your internships. You need a lot more definition in your entry roles. And if you're like most companies, they don't have that structure, right? The internships and those entry-level jobs are a little bit more afterthoughts. Now they're strategic intake areas for you to get the best talent. Here's another critical and related point to that is you need now managers who are going to give attention to these millennials because they were used to it in high school and in band and all these activities growing up. You need people, instead of being managers, who are coaches, who really want to coach and develop this future generation. So it's a critical change, and it's a big deal to get the best talent. And then the third point is we actually screen for that givers gain ethos with our candidates. So we're looking for millennials who actually have a greatest generation kind of mindset, who want to give first, then get, and we screen out the instant gratification millennials. So that's a big distinction. Now, the great news here is if you effectively can screen for those greatest generation, as I like to call millennials, who have that givers gain mindset, you have some of the best employees ever. The reason I can say that is you're combining all that tech savvy with a young, energetic, purpose-driven employee who wants to build businesses, who really wants to learn from your company. So those are our 3 points, our 3 secrets, if you will. I'm Rick Crossland with A Player Advantage. Tune into the channel for more topics on talent and really how to build that great business. And in the meantime, check out aplayeradvantage.com for more resources. Thank you. See you soon.